Hello students, today's topic is common factors and common multiples. So first we are going to learn about what is a common factor. A common factor of two numbers is a number that is a factor of both of them. For example, 2 is a common factor of number 8 and number 12. Why? Because 8 is divisible by 2. 8 divides 2 gives you 4, and 12 is also divisible by 2. 12 divides 2 gives you 6. So it means 2 is a common factor of these two numbers. So that is the example of a common factor. So the common factor of two numbers is a number that is a factor of both of them. Okay, let's move to highest common factor. The highest common factor HCF of two numbers is a highest number that is a factor of both of them. Again, the factor of both of them, but it must be the highest number. For example, the highest common factor of a number 8 and a number 12 is 4. Right? Number 8 and number 12 has a common factor 2 and 4 as well. So we pick the highest one. So the highest one is only 4, right? Let's say if I list the factors of 8. Okay, so the factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. And if I can list the factors of 12, it's 1. It is divisible by 2. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 3 is 12, and 6, and then 12. Now pick the common factor. 1 is a common factor. So this is a definition of a common factor. 2 is the common factor. And 4 is the common factor. But we have to pick the highest one. So the highest common factor of these two numbers is only 4. I hope this makes sense now. Let's move to the next concept. A multiple of a number is the product of the number and any integer. Right, that is the definition of multiple of any number. Multiple of any number is basically the product of a number and with some integer. For example, what is common multiple? A common multiple of two numbers is a number that is a multiple of both of them. Same case like we did in the common factor. Okay, now let's talk about some examples so it makes sense. So 20 is a common multiple of 2 and 5. Why? Because 2 times 10 is 20 and 5 times 4 is 20. So 20 is the common multiple. 20 is the common multiple of two numbers. Which two numbers? The number 2 and the number 5, because 2 times 10 gives you 20 and 5 times 4 gives you 20. Now what is the lowest common multiple? What is LCM of two numbers? Is the lowest number that is a multiple of both of them. The lowest common multiple of a number 2 and the number 5 is 10. Okay, for this let me list the multiples. This is another one. Now multiples of let's talk about the multiples of 2, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. Now the multiples of 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and so on. Okay, so these are the multiples, means the times table, right? So the multiple of a number 2 and number 5, I listed some multiples. Now we have to pick the common one. Which one is the common? 10 is common, and that is also the lowest one, the least common. 20 is also common because 2 times 10 is 20 and 5 times 4 is 20, but that is the highest common multiple. So the lowest common multiple of these two numbers is only 10. Let's do an example to make more understanding about the highest common factor and the lowest common multiple. Okay, so the question says find the highest common factor of 84 and 180 and the lowest common multiple of 84 and 180. Okay, so first doing the highest common factor or lowest common multiple, the first thing is is to find out their prime factors, which we have already done in the previous video. So if you do not know what are the prime factors, then go check the previous video in which I have explained everything about the prime factors and the two methods to get the prime factors. Okay, so in this method, that is a tree diagram. So 84 prime factors is 6 times 14 is 84. 6 and 14, these two are not the prime numbers. So we have to decompose these numbers into prime numbers. 6 is 2 times 3. Now 2 and 3 are prime numbers. And 14 is 2 times 7 is 14. And 2 and 7 is a prime number. Now let's move to 180. 180 is 18 times 10 gives you 180, and again these two are not prime numbers. Okay, now 18 decompose into 3 times 6 is 18. 3 is a prime number, but 6 is again not a prime number. We can decompose 6 into two prime factors. 6 is 2 times 3. Now these two are prime. Now decompose 10 is 2 times 5, and 2 and 5 both are the prime numbers, right? Now the prime factors of 84 is 2 into 2 into 3 into 7. 2, 2, 3, 7, or 2 squared 3 into 7. This is the index form of prime factors, right? Now let's list the prime factors of 180. So these are the prime factors of 180: 2, 2, 3, 3, and 5. 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5, or 2 square times 3 square times 5. Okay, so whether you are working with the HCF or LCM, the first step is to find out the prime factors of these two numbers, right? Now, let me find out the highest common factor first, because in part A, they are asking for HCF, right? So the factors of 84, list the factors. 180, list the factors. Now pick the common factors. 2 is common, 2 is common, 3 is common. So these are the common ones and the highest one as well. So in highest common factor, the highest common factor of number 84 and number 180 is 2 into 2 into 3. 2 into 2 is 4, and 4 times 3 would be 12. That is the highest common factor. So this is a way to find out the highest common factor. Only pick the common ones and just do the product. That is a way to get the highest common factor. Let's move to the B part to get the least common multiple. Okay, so for LCM, again, you have to list the prime factors for the first number, the second number. And now you have to pick the highest of those multiples, the common ones and the highest one, right? So 2 highest power is, and 2 highest power, 2 square is same. Here 3 and here 3 square. So 3 square has a highest power, and the uncommon factors are 7 is not common in both, 5 is not common in both. So you have to pick 2 square, 3 square, 5, and 7. Okay, so when we are dealing with highest common factor, just pick the common ones and multiply, that's it. But when we are working with lowest common multiple, LCM, you have, if the prime factorization is given in the index form, then you have to pick the highest power. So 2 highest power is 2, and here also the 2 highest power is 2. So 2 highest power is square. So 3 and 3 square, pick the highest power, which is 3 square, and then write down the rest of the uncommon ones, which is 7 and 5. So list that one. So 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, times 5 times 7, do the calculation, and the answer is 1260. That is a way to get the lowest common multiple. Okay, so in this video, we have learned how to find out the HCF and how to get the LCM. So this is some practice exercise 1.3. So these are the practice questions which I ask you to practice to get the more understanding about the highest common factors and the lowest common multiples. So you can take a screenshot of these questions for the practice purpose, and if you get stuck in any question, you can ask me in the comment section. I will definitely help you out. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.